And now.
Splayed episode 19. What's up, guys? 19th episode, number 19.
One and 9.
You
Put them together.
But no, it's more. It's a 10 and fuck off. We're doing another episode.
Yes.
So guys.
Yes, we
Fell off the chair. Okay, guys, what's up?
He's back.
I'm back. This is Splayed, episode 19, guys. Episode 19, and today's topic is we're going to talk about quotes, man. Quotes by famous people. I only have a handful that we're going to cover today.
All right.
But I thought this would be an interesting topic because we could do some inspirational quotes. So the name of the game is...
Who's famous and said something?
Who's famous and said something?
Yeah.
Adam.
Winston Churchill.
Who is he and what did he say? Who's famous?
He was famous,
Okay.
but we can misquote him too.
Yeah. Was he the guy who was like, we'll get them in the land, we'll get them on the sea.
Yeah, we'll fight them in the land.
Fight them in the air. What does that mean to you?
That they're going to fight the Germans.
Deep.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's deep. It has so many layers. You know what I mean?
That they're fighting Germans.
Because you could fight them on the land.
Or you're in the sea.
Or in the sea. Guys, seriously, okay. Here's the thing. I'm going to start off with one quote. Steve Jobs once said,
"Yeah,
it's not faith in technology, Adam. It's faith." He said, Adam.
He directly messaged me.
He messaged you. This was cute for you. It's faith in people, Adam.
And I was like, what, 10 at the time?
Yeah. For Jobs was a prophet
of his time.
He predicted the future. He had faith in humanity.
Go to the Apple store, say, I have a lot of faith, and I like that new Mac.
I would like the Mac Pro, please.
Watch how fast you get thrown into a wall. They will beat you down. Little known fact, the Apple Genius Bar knows martial arts.
Yeah.
They'll kick you so hard. They'll hurt you.
They're a bunch of liberal ass motherfuckers.
Yeah. You feel like voting Bernie now?
Yeah.
It's like slam your head to a keyboard.
Yeah.
I just want to buy a mouse. That'll be $4.99.
Now vote Bernie.
Slap a sticker on your back.
Yeah.
You ever come around here again, you're going to buy another keyboard.
You walk in, you get an Apple tattoo on your forehead with a little penis, and then Bernie 2020.
They just brand you.
Yeah.
They're a cult.
They're a cult.
So Steve Jobs
and
had
they check you out, you know.
Yeah. That'll be $4.99.
Yeah. Would you like to pay with Apple Pay or?
Yeah. We have Apple Pay. We also accept some form of other currency they like to call Google.
Like you would use that.
You plebeian.
All right, dude. So I have a legitimate quote here.
Yes.
Legitimate, sincere quote here. The question isn't. So this is a quote that like means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
The question isn't who is going to let me. It's who's going to stop me. And this is by Ayn Rand.
Oh, Ayn Rand. Okay.
Ayn Rand? I don't actually know how this is pronounced. I just know that. Do you know who it is?
She was a like a poetry novelist, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. Yeah.
So she does poetry.
And inspirational quotes now.
Okay. Yeah. The question isn't
who's
going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. And so I love this on multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
Right? On multiple levels. Because to me, on one hand, it's really about like if you're gonna like do like accomplish a dream. I mean, obviously, I think that's like on the first level, the surface level. I think that's what a lot of people take away from this. Is like if you're gonna start a dream, you're gonna be an actor, you're gonna be a director, you're gonna
Twitch
be a
streamer,
porn star. Yeah, exactly. Twitch, same thing.
Just lump those two together. You're good.
You know what I mean? The thing is like. You can't get bogged down in who's going to tell you, you know, who's going to
hold you back,
let you do this, or who's going to like give you permission to like be on their show. Mm-hmm. You got to take this mentality of who's going to stop me. You go in there and you demand a show.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You go in there and you take your shirt off on Twitch.
You violate the rules.
You violate the rules. You know what I'm talking about? No, the point is though, seriously though, is you make it happen. Like you go out there and you have that attitude. You know, you want like me. You want to start a restaurant. You want to start a business. You know, you just go out there. You buy some food. And you say, hey, you guys fucking eat this food that I made. You know what I mean?
I'm cooking.
And
you're going to eat.
You're going to eat it. You're going to like it.
You either open up a taco stand or something, you know.
Yeah, who's going to stop you? Yeah, and that's really the mentality you need to have.
Health inspector, most likely, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's like violent entrepreneurship, you know?
Wow, okay. I'm aggressively going to commandeer another person's food truck.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's the thing. There's like food truck mafias, dude. Like it's legit.
Oh yeah,
it's like because they'll compete over like territory, and they'll have like fucking gang wars and shit.
Set each other's trucks on fire.
Yeah. Like plant roach eggs, you know. I don't know.
They're trying to get each other shut down. All right.
Yeah. I don't know, but seriously though, like it's pretty. I mean, I think they really help each other out, honestly, a lot. But there is competition, and there is a bit of like you got to know somebody to get the good spots.
No.
You know what I mean?
But that's a good quote. You know, it's like you don't let the people who are going to stop you get in your way.
Yeah, dude.
But that's the more forceful one. I have a quote, and it's attributed to Grandma Bell. Now, I don't know who Grandma Bell was.
I don't either.
No one. I don't think anyone really does. But the quote is, keep on keeping on.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you were telling me about that in the previous episode. Keep on keeping on. So what does that mean? I mean, there's a surface level to that, but what does that mean to you?
To me, it's like everything, you know, things are going to happen no matter what you do. You know, people are going to try and stop you, and there's always going to be someone that's going to, you know, even life.
Dude, I think it actually leads into a future quote that I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
But that has to do with perseverance. All right. So same thing, but I have more levels. But I wanted to finish. There's a little bit more I wanted to talk about this Ayn Rand quote.
Okay.
So the other thing that's really powerful to me about this,
I like how you finish that think really hard and you go, then you just smile at me. You're like, yes,
you
got your thought.
So here's another way to take this Ayn Rand, God damn it, her quote. Okay,
yes, her.
Ms. Rand's quote, okay?
Rand's plural?
yeah. Anyway, is another way to take this is it's easier, and this is kind of a fucked up quote, right? But you've heard it before. It's easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. This is another angle on this quote, right? I think it's related. I think it has overlap. The proverb that it's, you know, sort of easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission is extremely powerful if taken in the right context. And while initially, if you think about it, it kind of sounds amoral.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, but I think really it kind of just comes down to why, you know, the reason behind it. You know what I mean? Basically, the idea to me is the biggest friction to accomplishing something great, to accomplishing great works, is often bureaucracy, getting permission.
The red tape.
I wanted to say red tape.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Exactly. That's where I was going next, right? Red tape, right? And so it's all the discussion and consultation and planning and red tape. That's what keeps us a lot of times from accomplishing things. This process of asking permission.
Well, it's also our own psyche of like saying, how am I going to do this? You know, you can think of the steps and go through them, but if you don't know exactly the exact process, right?
Right. The thing is, a lot of times what you got to do is you just got to go out there and fucking do it. And then you ask forgiveness later. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Here's the problem with that. You better know what you're fucking doing. You know what I mean?
But you don't have the knowledge yet. That's why you're learning.
Yeah, well, maybe. You got to hope you're right. Because if you're wrong and you didn't ask permission, then, you know, you get slapped harder. You know what I mean? Society doesn't like that.
It's like, I'm going to be a translactic balloon artist.
Yes.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my damnedest.
You're going to paint balloons or you're going to paint from a balloon?
No, I'm going to get in a giant hot air balloon and go across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
and I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you might fucking violate some aerospace law.
Yeah.
But you should do it.
But I should do it. I'm not really doing that, but maybe I should.
Right? The thing is not really. Like, don't break the law. We're not saying break the law, but maybe we are. The point that we're saying is that's the thing, is just do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry too much about the friction. You know what I mean? Like, it's better to do that and figure out what you're doing. You know what I mean? Than to not do it at all, if that's your dream. You know, if that's your dream, start it.
Not really my dream, but it's like, hey, I got
Why
this idea.
Why the fuck are you doing it?
Because it's an idea. I'm bored.
Fair.
See?
Which is a good reason to break the law.
Great men were born because they were bored.
Yeah. Here's the thing: this also touches on another thing for me too, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's the thing too. There's this idea in our society that people should be loyal more to their family and close friends than to society as a whole, and that's kind of what this is. Like, that's the amoral take on this quote.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you should go out there and take what you need to take and do what you need to do to accomplish what you need to accomplish. And the hope is that it's altruistic, that you're doing something great for society, but that isn't necessarily the case. Even if you think it is, you may think it's better to, like,
okay, here's the thing.
blow away this other country or something as a leader. You know what I mean?
Do the ends justify the means? Right.
The greater good type of a thing. Exactly, the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good. Right?
Great quotes.
That's another problem with that, but that extends to this whole idea of loyalty to self or loyalty to family above loyalty to country and above loyalty to society.
Or your job.
As human beings, exactly, or to your job. As human beings, we have this sort of weird respect. I'm not sure it's weird. I'm not sure it's bad, by the way. But we have this respect of people who are extremely loyal to family above government. We seem to respect it. Mafia types.
A little bit. I mean, there is a fascination with it, but in other countries, it's the opposite, you know?
Like, you watch these action movies where you'll see someone just completely destroy the laws. Like, for example, Fast and Furious is a good example.
Punisher.
Right? Hugely big on loyalty to family and friends, right? With no regard
for law,
to society or the law. And we seem to, we say out loud in public office, right, that we care about society, but when really challenged, we prefer people who will fight for their family over their country.
Or sometimes even for themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you can see that. I mean, Fast and Furious is an incredibly famous franchise. Punisher even is probably a very popular comic.
Well,
right?
it is, the comic, yeah.
Yeah, and because we idolize this. We idolize this idea of loyalty to family above all. You know what I mean? And so we see a lot of times, like, people, corrupt politicians leverage this. We actually will respect them.
Yeah.
Even though they may be doing something that's horrible for our society, but we respect their sort of strength and ability and their ability to sort of say, put the middle finger up and flip the bird to society. We kind of respect it.
I don't really respect them, but there's a saying that, you know, it's like you have your family, you draw a circle to protect them, right?
Right.
Then there's the people who are wanting to protect more than their family, their community.
Yes.
So they draw a circle around their community.
Yes.
Then you have the people who's like, I want to protect everyone, so they want to draw the biggest circle they can. But to do that, they have to have the resources and then backing of their own people. Because some people are like, I don't want you to protect me. I'm going to do my own thing, you know? And they're the ones that are just like, I'm going to do just my area. This is my safe zone.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I need to get
That's the thing, is it always falls apart. So you have this balancing act, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I draw a circle around just my family.
Yeah.
That works until everyone else does that. And then you've got basically, you know what I mean, dystopia.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's driving around on motorcycles and shoot with machine guns. You know what I mean?
Well, everyone's just focused on their very basic wants and needs, you know?
Right.
So you want to go back to ground zero?
What does that mean?
Just everyone is leveled out. No, you know, everyone has the same amount of resources.
Oh, like you're talking like Tyler Durden.
Kind of like Tyler Durden, but
like reset the system.
On a global scale. Think of that.
Yeah, like big Tyler Durden.
Yeah. So everyone, I guess you would say it's almost like communism, where everyone has the same resources except for the people at top.
I don't want that.
No one does.
I don't want that at all.
but then you have to work your way.
I want the people who work harder to have more, but I want everyone to have access to that opportunity.
Okay.
Right? And for that to be the case, you have to have a somewhat stable society.
Somewhat.
Right? and we're always in this balance between looking out for our own and looking out for that society. Because if that society falls apart, it's much harder to look out for our own.
Yeah.
Really, governments, by the way, are just big crime organizations. All of them.
They're just the mafia advanced.
They're the mafia that won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's really what it is.
When you play cops and robbers back in the day, they're the ones that won.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is a lot of people they're anarchists and they say we need no government, but they don't. It's like saying we don't. If we forsake our government, another will replace it, and it. In all likelihood, in the United States of America, the replacement will not be better.
No.
You know what I mean? We have probably the best mafia.
We have a democracy, but it's...
No, we don't.
You don't?
We don't.
Right now, we probably don't, but...
We have a republic. We have a democratic republic.
Yeah.
Where the republic... The representatives don't really care about us.
Right, okay.
They care about... the people who give them money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we don't have a democracy. But what we have functions for most people, or at least it used to. That may be failing. That may not be true. But it does tend to function more than a lot of other governments out there. And so if you forsake it, these anarchists say no government. Guys, that's like, I need a better analog, but it's impossible. It's in our nature to have government. The reason is that if we will always have the need to organize to defeat other groups of humans who want to fuck us. You know what I mean?
Oh, have you seen the video of the guy who's an anarchist on public access?
No.
He's sitting there going, he's like, I'm sick and tired of the government taking all my stuff. And he slams his fist on the table and his little anarchy symbol falls down. He goes, oops, my anarchy symbol fell down. He's like so soft-spoken, but he's an anarchist.
Yeah. Here's the thing, dude, is they always say that the government could take your house away. The government takes taxes from you.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if you get rid of the government and some warlord wants to take your house away?
Yeah.
Then well, now instead of the government like putting in a lawful process by which they can take away your house and give you compensation, the drug lord's just going to come after you
and kill you.
And you're going to hope that you have enough hired guns to take him out.
Or you don't have anything.
Yeah. So if you have guns that are working for you, is that not a tax? That seems like a fucking tax to me. You know what I mean?
Guns.
Right?
Hired guns.
Yeah.
They're my tax deductible.
Yeah. And if you hired guns...
Steve is my deductible. And if I do my 1094 right...
yeah, exactly.
How many kids do you have?
How many postcards can you fit your payments on?
So after the apocalypse, we're going to be doing our taxes by how many people we have.
Yeah. Right, I guarantee you writing 100 checks is a lot more paperwork than filling out your taxes. You know
Let's see, you shot 3 bikers last week, and that's deductible by 5.
Yeah. You shot 3 bikers.
You're going to have CPAs in the apocalypse.
Oh, boys.
How much Aqua-Cola do we need?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Give us the gas and walk away. Can I deduct this?
If anyone's going to organize, then everyone has to organize. That's what it comes down to.
Well, that's the thing about anarchy is they don't care about anything that happens, you know. It's all about chaos.
Right.
So it's like, we don't care if we're going to have food tomorrow. We're going to party now.
That's not... So the anarchists that I've met, and I'm related to some of them. You know what I mean? They're not... Like, they don't want chaos. They just want independence.
Okay, so they're different type of... Different than I've seen.
They it's not like they want people to get hurt. They just want, like, what they see is like the purest form of freedom. Like, I can build a house, if I build it, I own it. No one can take it away ever. Yeah. Right. And then I can farm the land and I can own it. Right. But the problem is like that's a vision that can't really exist, because if you don't have a government,
that's more of like
people will organize to take stuff from you. And when people organize, they've created a small government. Yeah. And their government with more people than you is going to win in a confrontation, right? Yeah. So it doesn't exist. Like, it's a nice theory, but it doesn't really exist. So anyway,
Yeah.
quotes, guys.
Quote by anarchists.
Okay,
Burn them all.
yeah. Steve Jobs. Another quote, and this is what I wanted to talk about perseverance.
Okay.
So let's take it down a little bit here. I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. And I think this resonates with me 103%. Okay. The reason is this, dude. Here's what I've noticed from me, like in goals in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to the gym and I can bust my ass, get the best workout of my life, right?
Yeah.
And then not go to the gym again for 3 weeks and be worse off than I was before I went in for that one workout. What matters is not how intense you work out.
Yeah.
It's not how good your regimen is. This thing that separates me from someone else, right? Or someone who's fit from someone who isn't. The difference is the guy who shows the fuck up every week. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't care. If you go there religiously, relentlessly, and you persevere and you don't stop, that guy will be fit as hell, okay? Compared to the other guy who comes in, busts his ass, burns himself out, and then doesn't show up again for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Or a year or 2 years, whoever, that guy, even 1 month, you know what I mean? That guy is never going to get in shape.
Yeah.
He doesn't have perseverance. It's the same thing goes with success in business, right? The difference is that not necessarily one guy is smarter or more skilled than another. It's that some of us just stop caring. We stop fighting. We get content and we get complacent. You know what I mean? It's the poor me's. It's the poor us's. It's the you know what I mean? It's the guys who go out there and they don't stop. They keep fighting. They realize that either I'm going to die fighting for success or I'm going to be successful. Those guys make it. Right? The reason why is that in this world, to be successful, you only have to be better than 99% of the people in the world, right? And everything's relative. Success is relative. So to be successful, you just have to be better than 99%. And the only thing that's required of you to be better than 99% of the population is perseverance.
Yeah. I mean,
to keep on keeping on, as you said it was.
Yeah.
Those guys, the guys who don't stop, that alone puts you ahead. Now, up at that level, sure. The difference between the top 1% and the top 0.01%, eventually you get to the point where intellect, genetics, right, make a difference, right?
And heritage.
But for the most part, dude, if you are willing to be relentless, right?
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Well, if you put your effort and you put your mind to it, you can achieve what you need to.
Yeah, but it's not even just, it's that you don't stop putting your mind to it.
Well, that's it
you
too.
You keep writing notes. You keep having conversations.
Yeah.
You keep building connections. You keep learning new things. And eventually all of these things stack up. And boom, one day there is light and you're successful.
You're successful.
Relentlessness. Kind of this idea of relentlessness, an extension on that, dude, is this notion of cross-pollination.
Biology?
Yes. Yes. So the idea is that if you are relentless, I touched on it a little bit when I was talking about it. If you persevere, if you are continually trying, you're writing down notes, you're constantly striving to do things. The more things you try and fail, right?
Yeah.
Every time that you try something, you learn something. And all of it builds. So a lot of people have actually called out Elon Musk as being doing too many things at once.
Oh, so having too many things going at
the same time.
Yeah.
Some of some Tesla investors actually get angry with him. They're like, "Why are you doing all these?" Part of the reason that he actually is successful is literally because he is doing those things.
Well, pretty much he's like a modern day Richie Rich, you know? Let's just try and see what happens.
Who's Richie Rich?
You never saw Richie Rich? Where it was that little boy in the family who was like super wealthy.
Okay.
And they were just like doing new inventions, just trying anything that would work. and sometimes they would get money off it or not, but they didn't care.
Okay.
So it was just like, oh, look, a hover gun that can make you fly. And it actually ended up killing a couple people.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work. Let's try something else now.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, though, is that these ideas, they build on each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what they don't realize is that when he goes and he does SpaceX, or he goes and does the solar company, right? And he goes and does all these different projects, every time he does something else, puts his fingers in something else, he learns something from it.
Yeah, he's getting new experience.
Not just technology. Like, there's cases where he's directly taken space age technology and put it into his cars. Mm-hmm. So there's direct cross pollination. There's other cases where he's learned about hardships or management issues from one company, which he then immediately can take, abstract, and apply to a different company.
Yeah.
So I had one more quote here, dude.
Mm-hmm.
One more quote here, from Elon Musk, right? And it goes like this: if something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. You know, so to me, that's a lot like, you know, the quote, "Do it, England."
Mm-hmm.
You know where that comes from?
Wartime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The present death of Hamlet. Do it, England. For like the hectic in my blood, he rages, and thou must cure me. So you think about it, Hamlet's stepfather, the odds were against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once he found out that Hamlet knew of his crimes, the odds were against him, right? But it was important for him to have England kill Hamlet. So he tried. He failed, but if he hadn't tried, he may have died sooner. And I think that means something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that really means something.
Which is cool, you know?
Okay, man, a couple of quotes from you, man. You gave me some quotes, dude.
Yeah.
No man is an island. What does that mean to you?
No man can, you know, be by himself alone. You know, drawing the circle around just yourself. You want companionship. You need to have that camaraderie with someone.
Yeah.
Whether it be a friend, partner, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have that connection.
Yeah.
And then when you have that connection, you know, it grows. You can learn from them. They can learn from you.
Yeah.
So
cross-pollination.
Yes.
Birds and bees.
And we're just a bunch of apes on a dirt ball flying through space.
Mm-hmm. Really fast.
Yeah. And we're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And the aliens are like, why are we even going here?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, dude, exactly. Exactly. You know, Jack Shepard once said something.
Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Get out.
Get out. As he said in Terminator 2 when he hijacked the helicopter, get out.
Get out. Right. Be successful, everybody. Everyone in the Splayed audience wants you to be successful. I want you to fucking kick ass. Have a chill ass week. Adam.
Yeah.
Anything to toss sin
Tosh.
at the end of this episode, man. Trail in.
Like I said, keep on keeping on. You're going to have hard times, but you're going to get through them, you know.
Yeah.
You can keep going. Even though it doesn't look like you have the answers now, you can work them out.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is dig that fucking shovel in and you just keep fucking digging. I know it's fucking hard, dude. It's hard, right? It gets really fucking hard for me sometimes. You know, it gets hard for everybody. But guys, just whatever the fuck you're doing, keep digging, man. The ones that keep digging get where they going. You know what I mean? The ones that stop.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that they don't make it. You know what I mean? So fucking keep digging. You know what I mean?
If you're going to keep digging, you're going to find diamonds or a creeper.
Yeah. One of the two.
One of the two.
But if the creeper blows up, you get to respawn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's up to Gabe Newell.
It depends on the game master.
Oh, crap, I'm out of life. Anyway, yes, but...
And that's Jesus. Just to be clear. That's the
One
game
up.
master. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out.
Yep. Have a good night.
Have a good night.